Y'all, welcome to the Real Awkward Podcast, the best damn podcast you've heard today. My name is Andy.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Ash.
And we're here for another trip around the sun to give you one of the most entertaining podcasts this side of the Milky Way galaxy.
What's on the other side of the Milky Way galaxy?
Probably caramel.
Nougat.
Do you know a Mars bar is just a Milky Way? It's the same damn thing. It's the same thing.
Wow.
I'm just saying it's the same thing. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What
are we
doing
playing?
today?
What are we doing? We're doing this.
Video game.
What is that? It's a video game. It's a video game.
We play.
A video game.
We play.
What you playing today?
Video games.
We're playing the games. That's terrible.
Terrible.
That's awful. I'm
I'll
going
be
to take that
honest,
segment.
It went on a little longer than I thought it would.
I was grooving.
That slaps.
That slaps.
Oh, no.
That song is bussin'.
That's fire.
Ooh, damn. So what are we playing, by the way, y'all? What y'all playing?
I can go first if you want me to.
Okay. Let's
I am
dance.
playing 2 games.
You're actually
Ooh.
playing games?
Yes.
I
love
Dude,
that for
she's
you.
been-
Sometimes I go through like
Yeah.
phases or moods where I'm just like, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to sit and play video games,
Mhm.
which is very
Same.
rare for me.
She's into it right now.
I'm playing one game with my daughter called It Takes Two.
Okay.
It's a very fun co-op game. Andy and I tried it one other time.
We did it. You couldn't beat a section, so you
Don't-
quit.
Don't yawn. It's not.
Sorry.
Crazy.
Yes, we did a section and you quit.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's why we didn't finish it, because there was a boss that was too hard for you.
I disagree.
Okay. I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm just saying that's why.
Anyway,
I mean,
it
you
is
kind of did, but
It is a fun couch co-op game. It's basically the premise of the story is that there's this couple that is wanting to get divorced. They're fighting all the time, and their daughter finds out that they're getting divorced, and she creates these little doll figures of her parents. And when she cries, her teardrop hits it, and her parents turn into these little dolls. And they're confronted with the Book of Love, or some like self-help book on how to like mend your relationships. And they have to go through all of these different trials around the house to try to mend their relationship with each other
As little dolls.
as little dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have to work together. It's very cute, and I enjoy it.
I mean, from what I played of it, it's awesome.
It's the same creators as the one they did previously was called No Way Out.
A
Is that
Way
right,
Out.
Andy? A Way Out.
Yep.
Which was also really fun, and Andy and I actually beat, which is it's also a couch co-op where 2 guys are trying to escape from prison, and
Yep.
they have to like help each other out. So it's very similar gameplay, but on top of that, Andy and I are playing their 3rd game
Yes.
called Split Fiction.
Yep.
Do you
That-
want to describe that one?
That one is cool. So it is a group of writers that show up at this publishing company hoping to get published. And what happens is, as they enter this facility, they're all put into these pods that basically like suck their ideas out. So it's easier for them to like be published clearly or flush out their stories. But they find out that the company's just trying to steal their ideas. So one of the girls tries to run away, and they both get stuck in each other's pod. So
In the
then
same pod
but
together,
same pod. And so your gameplay is through both of their ideas of their own stories and short stories they've written. One's a sci-fi specialist and one's a fantasy specialist. And they start to like intertwine the stories, and the girls figure out that they can break this machine if they start completing their own stories in the book. So it is a 10 out of 10 game.
We
It
haven't
is
even finished it yet.
it is incredible. It has fantastic reviews, and it is worth every single penny. And it's hard. It is challenging.
Yeah.
It looks very cool.
Split Fiction is awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's so, like we mentioned, it's also couch co-op. It's very fast paced,
Mhm.
and you kind of have to traverse through these levels, and yeah, very quickly. I would say.
Yeah, the girls.
I think that's the challenge of it, is that you have to keep moving.
Yeah, on the sci-fi side, hers is very much like cyber ninjas and like speed bikes, and then on the fantasy side is like ogres and
I
Yeah.
saw
like
a dragon.
a dragon, but then you get these kind of one-off crazy stories. The Fantasy Girl has one where you're two pigs. She's like, it's like a story she wrote when she was a little kid, and you're like two oinkers with different abilities, and you have to try to get through this farm. And I'm not going to spoil it, Amanda, because you need to play this game, but the end of that level is funny as shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
really
Is it-
funny.
Is it PlayStation exclusive?
It is
No.
PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Mm.
Yes.
I'll have to keep
It
my
is
eyes
full
open for
price
it.
right now, right? The game only came out like a week ago.
Yeah,
I think.
I've
Yeah.
seen it
Yeah,
like advertised, so I know it's kind of newer.
but it is dope.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Amanda, you got a game you're playing?
I'm not really playing anything new. I mean, Fortnite. There's a new battle pass, and one of the characters you can collect is a pickle, and so I'm
Oh.
just trying to get pickle guy and Sub-Zero for Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's cool. Wait,
So-
Amanda, maybe you can explain this to me. I'm a little lost. Okay, at our store right now, people keep coming in and asking for Guitar Hero guitars because apparently in Fortnite there is a Guitar Hero section now.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's my
Be-
favorite.
okay.
so here's
yeah,
the
talk to me.
So,
Yes.
Fortnite, I thought you had to like buy the game.
Yeah.
You don't. You just have to have like an online option. It's a free download, and you can play the whole game, everything, fully free.
Right.
I choose to buy the battle pass, just because like my coworkers do, so we're all like working on these quests together.
Okay.
But it's like it's like 900 V-Bucks, so it's, I don't know, I want to say it's like $10.
Yeah.
But I had bought V-Bucks when I bought the game because I thought I had to pay for the game.
Oh, I
and
see. Yeah.
So, okay, so there's like 3 or 4 different things you can do. You can play Battle Royale, which there's like 85 different build modes, and it's like Roblox in a way where like you have like community creation stuff.
Yeah.
One that Lincoln plays a lot is actually called Hide and Seek.
Okay.
And it's quite literally hide and seek.
That's what the characters are doing.
You are
That's
playing
funny.
hide and seek with other people,
Okay,
and it's
got
actually
it.
really fun. So there's all kinds of like other things, but like Epic makes certain games. So they have Battle Royale, they have Battle Royale with no building, they have all kinds of other stuff. So you can do Battle Royale where you're fighting other people. You can also do it in like teams and shit.
Yeah.
You can do, it's Rocket League, but it's like racing.
Okay.
And then it's like Rock Band or Guitar Hero or whatever, and it's called like the Festival or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I've heard. And we have a bunch of guitars that new companies are making just for people to be able to play this
Yes.
freaking game.
Yes.
So
And I'll
It's
be honest,
crazy.
I would buy one.
okay.
So
okay.
it's literally Rock Band. It's Rock Band.
It's
um,
just Fortnite Rock Band. That's all
yes,
it is.
and
yeah.
so-
okay.
You're playing with your controller,
Okay.
right? And so it's like you're usually doing like left and right on the D-pad,
Yeah.
and then you're doing like left and right essentially on the 4 buttons.
Okay. Got it.
And so those are like your keys, and then every song you can choose to do vocals, drums, bass, or guitar, and then you can change your difficulty based on the song.
Okay.
And so when you play it, you make like a set list of like 4 songs, and
Uh-huh.
there's constantly new real songs rotating.
Okay. Got it.
You can buy songs if you want, but like I've never needed to.
Got it. Okay.
And then like doing stuff in the game, sometimes you'll unlock like free Fortnite songs. But so you can like level up and shit through that. Then
Are
same
you-
with the
Sorry, are you playing PC?
I'm playing on the Switch.
Oh, Switch. Okay. Got it.
So then there is like a pass for the Guitar Hero thing, but I don't buy it. But so the battle pass costs like, I don't know, 900 credits essentially, or 1,000 credits, whatever it is. But if you do the questing through the battle pass,
Mhm.
you just like doing all the quests and like playing the game, you can easily get through like 100 levels worth.
Oh, okay.
And like that earns you back 900 or 1,000 credits of V-Bucks.
Oh, okay. So you can earn that the same way. You don't have to pay to play always.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you can only earn V-Bucks, I think, like doing battle passes.
Okay.
But basically my thing is, I'm like, if I'm gonna pay for this, I'm gonna play it so I can basically pay for the next one for free.
That makes sense.
Like
That
a
makes sense.
rotating thing.
Okay. Sure.
But along with V-Bucks, you'll also get like loading screen backgrounds and pickaxes, and like they have like fancy kind of parachutes where like motorcycles, or I have one that's like a cool fish, and then I've got one that's Mothra from Godzilla, and like you just like unlock random shit all the time. And so it like makes you feel like, ooh, I'm getting things, when you're like, I will never use this.
Okay. Yeah.
But you end up getting like a bunch of different skins and stuff, and like, so I have a good handful of like characters just because like they've been unlocked. So that's my thing. I'm like, if I'm gonna do a battle pass, I'm gonna do it enough to where I can get it for free next time. And so there's always like kind of generic characters that you get like for free, that like are themed with whatever the story is at the moment. But then they have always like weirdo extra ones. So last battle pass, it was there was like a samurai guy, and then there was like this cool girl, and then there was like another girl who's like a marionette creepy lady, and then like, but the extra ones were Baymax from Big Hero 6 and Godzilla. And so
Oh,
I was
cool.
like, well, I need to
Yeah.
get Godzilla. So
That's how it gets you. That's how it gets you.
that's how they get me. And
Yeah.
then so
It's all
this one,
skins.
there's like random people, and there's like a lady who I think looks like Orville Peck, but there's like random people, and then you unlock, he's like a pickle, but he's like a robber, so he's got like a ski mask over his face. And I don't know, I'm like, that's so stupid, I want it. And then there's like a hot dog guy, and I'm like, well, I need hot dog guy. And then there's Sub-Zero. And so like,
oh, gotcha. Okay.
and of course, like with Sub-Zero, you also unlock like a Sub-Zero pickaxe and a Sub-Zero like glider thing, and like, so it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, well, I might as well get it all. Like,
I have heard a lot of people say that it's not what it used to be, and so it's more fun now, and it's, you know, and since you can do free mode instead of the build a mode, like build
yeah. So
mode
I do
too,
zero
so that's
build
fun. Yeah, right.
because and honestly, and I've said this before, my biggest complaint about Fortnite is there is zero tutorial.
right.
You download it, and you're like, I guess this is what I want to do here. And they drop
Yep.
you in, and you're just
Right.
like, good luck. Like,
Yeah.
and you're like, how do I switch through my inventory?
Well, I
What
do know they just, I don't, maybe it's not out yet, but they like released like the OG version, or the, so like an OG week or something. I don't remember, but it's like going back to the roots or something like that.
Yeah. So, and you see people online, and there's like a bajillion people online at any time. So
Mhm.
there's always people to play with. But it just depends on what battle mode you want. I know some people who love to build, and I get overwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
There are people who can like run and shoot and build shit at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can do one of those things at a time.
I remember it
Like-
being difficult, which is why I stopped playing.
So no
So,
build,
yeah.
no build. That's what we do the most. And then like my coworkers and I will all do like duos or whatever, and we'll just like play together. And And like they all know what the hell they're doing. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Well, at least
but
it's free.
I kind of
Yeah.
like it that way.
Would you play Fortnite, Ash?
No.
Yeah, no.
I-
now you won't
actually,
even play
I-
with Amanda?
I think you would like the Rock Band thing.
Oh, I bet. I guarantee
Probably.
it. I guarantee
Yeah.
it. Yes, I know that. I know that to be true.
But see, I have like the microphone stuff all turned off. So like I don't hear anyone. I'm just listening
Yeah.
to the game itself. Like I don't like let random people jump into my game. I only let people who I know
Right.
come in. So it's like I think a lot of people have a different experience than I probably do because you can hear everyone screaming and shit, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
That's too,
Like, I don't
too
wanna do
much.
that.
No
Too
thanks.
much. All right. Well, that was. How'd that
Video
song go?
games.
How'd that song go, Ash? Ready?
Video games. I don't know.
Video games. Okay. Hit us, Ash, with the next one.
In a world where time is limited, 3 heroes must heed the call. Will they weather the storm of a new show or favor the desire to scroll on? This is episode 1.
So intense every time.
I know. I love it. It's my favorite.
I didn't watch nothing. So is this one of you guys?
This is yeah. I watched something.
Oh.
I feel like
Oh.
it's usually me. I'm good at one episode. I watched a show. It's on Netflix. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but I see it on Netflix. It's called Kevin Can F Himself.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is a strange one
I
for
don't
me
even-
to pick.
I don't even remember a trailer
But
or anything for
The
that.
trailer on it, because you know Netflix will play like a little like clip of it.
Yeah.
And the trailer is like this very just like gritty scene of like a woman like working at a grocery store or convenience store or something, like behind the counter and like talking with her coworker and so I clicked on it thinking it's going to be like this gritty show, right? Then it starts playing and it's a sitcom.
Oh.
So
Okay. Netflix. you said?
Amanda looks like she's a little bit familiar with what I'm talking about.
Okay, I've never seen it,
Yeah.
but I know exactly what show you're talking about.
yeah.
I know partially the gimmick, how it works.
yeah.
But again, I've never seen it. But it's got Alexis from Schitt's Creek in it. She's like the wife.
Okay.
And I like her, so I just know
Yeah.
she's in it.
So I'll read the synopsis because I think I usually read the synopsis. So I'll go ahead and read this one that's written on IMDb. Kevin Can F Himself follows the story of Allison McRoberts, a woman we all grew up believing we knew, the prototypical sitcom wife. She's beautiful and can take a joke, although she's usually the butt of them. She's married to a guy who must have won some sort of marriage lottery because she looks the way she does and he's funny. But what happens when we follow Allison out of her husband's domain? When she finally wakes up to and revolts against the injustices in her life, Kevin Can F Himself breaks television convention and blends multi-camera comedy with a single-camera realism to make us ask, who and what have we been laughing at all of these years?
Okay, so
So-
it's like a fourth wall break.
So, no.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
It's like, so they're in the sitcom, right? And it's
Yeah.
like the single camera. And they're just having this like sitcom scene where like there's a laugh track and he's funny, but he's like rude to her, right?
Yeah, kind of a dick,
and like he
right?
does all these antics and she just kind of deals with it. And then she walks out of the room that he's in. And it turns into these gritty scenes where she's like depressed and like miserable
Oh.
and going through this crappy life and just trying to deal with it. And then every time she re-enters a scene with him, it's back to this brightly lit sitcom.
Interesting. But still the same story.
It's the same story.
Okay. It
But-
seems very intriguing. You like it?
Well, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if I like it yet,
Got it.
but I'm very intrigued by the style because I've never seen anything like it.
Hmm.
And I didn't expect it when I started it. So I'm curious how this goes.
Amanda, you have seen it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
just know that it splits between like sitcom and then like
like
real
drama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life. Yeah.
Right. But she's still in character this whole time. Or she's the actress that's going through the drama.
No, she's the same person.
Okay.
She's
got
like
it.
a real
Okay.
person.
Yeah.
And you're seeing essentially like two perspectives of her life.
Yeah.
it. That's
Like-
crazy. It actually sounds really
Right?
interesting.
It's like the real life behind the scenes of like what sitcom wives actually are going through.
Mm.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
it's like the
Yeah.
idea, that I'm putting on a happy face.
Yes.
And then in
Right.
real life, that's what it is.
I'm drinking a
Like-
bottle of wine in the bathtub. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long was the first episode?
Oh.
Do you
Probably
remember?
45 minutes. I think
Yeah,
it was
I
like
don't think-
AMC or something.
I don't think it was 30 minutes, and I don't feel like it was a full
What's the
hour.
premise to the story? Like, why is it called Kevin Can F Himself?
Don't know yet.
Oh, really? Because I see all the promo stuff. She's like in
Well-
front of a grave and like,
Some of the scenes they show
yeah.
are her like imagining like herself killing her husband. And that
Is he Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So let me
Got
look,
it.
look real quick. I don't remember how long these episodes are. Yeah, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So not the traditional 22-minute sitcom episodes.
Right.
Okay. Got it.
It'd be like, an hour with commercials.
Mm.
In like the old days.
Like the olden days. I do remember that. Yes, I do. I've just pulled up some screenshots too, and
Oh, okay.
it looks really cool. Like from the screenshots of the set design.
Yeah, you see like the juxtaposition.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you see her in like this gritty, like, it almost looks like two different TV shows just from the screenshots.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
So that's what piques my curiosity.
Cool.
I want to know where this goes, and if I wonder if the gimmick gets old, like the back and forth, or if it starts to like fade into more of one than the other. I don't know.
So
we
what,
shall see.
So what you're telling me is that you're going to continue it
I feel like I got to give it at least another episode.
and you recommend it to other people, or you don't know yet?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know yet. There's not enough storyline yet to say like.
I will say, I know it wasn't you that hooked me, but I just the show itself, from looking at all the pictures and the
Bringing it to your attention.
yes, that I now am like, okay, I got to also watch the first episode and see how this plays out. Mhm.
Yeah,
Amanda-
I
yep.
want to watch it, especially now, like hearing someone else having seen it.
Mhm.
But every time I like go to want to watch it, I have some issue with how the husband looks.
Oh, he's not. Well, that's exactly
Like
what
the
it said.
eyes
Like
popping
he
out,
won some
kinda
lottery
goofing
because
looking.
Yeah,
he's a
it's
goofy
yeah,
looking fella.
and every sitcom has kind of like the Kevin James and
but
then the
he's
skinny
this
wife.
guy's a little bit worse than the average sitcom dad.
Yeah, his eyes bug out of his head a little too
Yeah.
much for me, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They
I
probably
saw
do
a
it on
couple
purpose,
stills,
right?
And I was
Right.
like, I don't know if I'd like
He's uncomfortable to look at. He's uncomfortable to look
He
at.
reminds me of that lady from like the Ripley's Believe It or Not, like Dean Cain revival, who could bug her eyes out of her
Oh
head.
my God, I remember that. I
She
remember
was
her.
on
That
Maury
lady?
too.
Yep.
That's
Yep,
what
I
he
remember
looks
that.
like.
Well, thank you, Ash. That'll be
Yep.
fun. All right. I don't have an intro for this one. I thought it was like a chicka 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 woo woo.
It was like quiet on the set.
yeah, and then it crashed because it's supposed to be like because Amanda's done the movie productions from hell thing, and I thought we had an intro and it's gone now.
I just reenacted it.
It's gone. All right, I'll find it again. Anyway, this is 26. We might not get through all of them, but it's 26 roles where the actor was absolutely miserable on set.
Okay.
Okay. Number one, I bet you guys can guess a couple of them, but I'm just going to kind of quickly run through. So the very first one on this list is Christian Bale. He was excited to join the MCU as Gore in Thor: Love and Thunder, but his experience on set was less than ideal. It was the first time acting with so many green screens. He wasn't fond of the experience. He says it was the definition of monotony. Can you differ? I can't even differentiate one day from the next. He says you have no idea what to do. I couldn't even differentiate one stage from the next to play his character. So he felt really out of place doing
He felt stupid.
This MC, I think so. Like he was just like, I feel. Actually, there's another actor in here that felt the same way. But can you imagine playing a role like that where you're literally just in a green screen in costume and makeup, no one else is around you, and they're just like, do stuff. You're like,
I don't know. To me, it's like, back in the day before all the green screening and stuff was so popular, you could understand like how you'd get such good performances out of people because the costumes and the set pieces and stuff, and some of them were like flat matte paintings and stuff in the background, but you could at least like get it in your headspace, now it's like, yes, blonde lady, pet your green dragon, like pretend.
Or it's an actual human guy staring at you who's supposed to be a gorilla.
And,
yes,
and it's like, especially Marvel movies, right? Because they'll be on other planets,
yes.
or like Star Wars is the same, right? Like it's like a green mound. And the character has like a ski suit on, and then it's like green behind them, and they're interacting with other people in skin suits. And it's just like, how you have to like,
I don't know. You got to be good.
I would almost need like a huge like display of like, give me the rough like video transfer of like what
you need is like weather people, you know how they can see the
Yes.
weather behind them. That's all you
Yeah.
need. Just show me
Yes.
that I'm actually in like this area.
It kind of
Yeah.
throws like method acting out the window, right?
Yeah.
Where like you can't fully envelop yourself in the character because there's nothing
There's
there.
nothing to play off
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
So this actually brings us into a really good segue. Ian McKellen, McKellen, yeah, had
McKellen.
similar experience playing Gandalf in the Hobbit films. He said the filming experience was completely miserable. He was frustrated that he had to use so many green screens because when they did Lord of the Rings, it was all on set.
Yeah.
Like it was all, on location. And so when he went to go do The Hobbit, it was all green screen. And he was like, it sucked. The first Lord of the Rings was awesome. I was like, all these built sets, all these like wonderful, because weren't they in Ireland or
New
something like
Zealand.
that? New Zealand, yeah. And then all of a sudden you have to do green screen for The Hobbit. Oh, so sad.
That's the one that I knew of.
Yeah.
And I can totally get it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the original Lord of the Rings, sounded exhausting,
yeah.
but
right.
like I'm sure you were fully able to immerse yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have a harder time doing it this way of like having one experience and then going back for what you think is going to be kind of the same.
Right.
Same director, same thing, same character. And if I got there and it was just like, hey, welcome to the soundstage, I'd be like, there's been a mistake.
It's like going to Cheesecake Factory and then you go to Cheesecake Factory again like 3 years later and it's like you walk into a Burger King. Like, can you imagine like the difference? But they're like, no, this is Cheesecake Factory. You're like, no, it's not, bro. This is Burger King, bro. This is Burger King.
No, it
Because
would
you
be
know how
like
they're like,
going to
no, the
Cheesecake
Oreo
Factory.
cream pie here at Burger King's delicious. You're like,
It would be
that's
like-
not cheesecake.
It would be like going to Cheesecake Factory and them just having like generic like plastic chairs and then
Yeah.
serving you the fucking
Yes.
food from Hook, like
And
a
the
Play-Doh
menu is
food.
1 page long.
Yes. Next one up is Zoe Saldana, her first role in Pirates of the Caribbean. You remember that, right? We talked
Yeah.
about it in that one. She said that she hated the experience. She said those were not the right people for me. She wasn't talking about the cast. She says the cast was great, but there was like this political bullshit happening behind the doors. All of the producers were like shitty to her because they thought she was like underneath the list of important people. So if you weren't like the top billed cast, they were like, do this, do that, like very elitist. And she stated, she's like, why am I doing this? Why am I wasting my time? And she almost quit acting.
I mean,
Did
did people really know her before?
No, not at all.
She'd
But
only been in like a couple side things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like she was not a huge actress at the time. So like, sorry girl. Like
I mean,
Yeah,
I understand
yeah.
not treating them like crap, but also like
But it was very like disrespectful. It's like, oh, you're extra number 3. Get the fuck out of here. Like go into
Sure.
that room. And she was like, I don't feel like I'm an actress at all. I'm just a peon, which I get. I do get, but it's also discouraging, right? And then now look at what she's done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you could have lost all that.
Sure. Yeah. I
So-
mean, she's got to earn her stripes,
Right.
right?
I'm going to skip past this one, but you guys probably already know Leonardo DiCaprio hated doing Titanic. Hated.
Everybody hated making.
Yes,
Titanic.
right. Even Kate Winslet didn't really enjoy it too much either. Burt Reynolds apparently hated doing Boogie Nights. He said the experience was working with director Paul Thomas Anderson because he was young and full of himself, and all he wanted to do was make a porn movie. And so Burt Reynolds was
And
actually,
he
he
did.
actually turned it down like 5 different times. They asked him if he wanted to continue to be part of it. And he said the moment he had Mark Wahlberg walk past him with an erection, he was like, what am I doing here? What the shit is this?
Yeah.
So I get that one. Next is Bill Murray apparently hated working on Groundhog Day. He's never said this himself, and said the director Harold Ramis said Murray was irrationally mean, threw tantrums during the shoot because Murray had wanted the film to be more serious and philosophical and not funny. So Murray was upset about that.
They had Harold Ramis and Bill Murray had a huge feud after this movie, and they didn't talk until like right before he died. Okay, let me be clear. I love Bill Murray. I love his dry sense of humor. I love it, but I don't think that man has ever enjoyed making a movie.
Well, it says in here that he was going through divorce at the time, and also that the groundhog bit him during the movie.
I knew that.
And he had to go get like rabies prevention shot.
Yeah.
It's it's like he's like, fuck this movie, and then the groundhog bites him. That shit's funny, dude.
He was just mad he had to do the same scenes over and over.
Oh,
again.
probably.
Yeah.
I imagine that sucked. Next up, Daniel Craig did not necessarily like his time filming the James Bond movies. He called them miserable. He said in particular, he was burnt out after Spectre. He said, I genuinely feel like I couldn't do another Bond film. What's the point? And then he ended up doing No Time to Die after that. Because he said,
Really?
I'll do it if the money's right. Yeah. And so he ended up doing that one. But
and didn't they kind of like end his character arc?
I
Like, think they
haven't
kind of-
finished No Time to Die, but that's what he said. He said, just please kill me off. Like, let
Yeah.
me, or have a reason for me not to come back.
Was he just
Well-
like old? Like it's just like a lot of work
On
doing,
him, yeah, he says that it was time. It was difficult taking a year away from his home, and he got injured, like doing Bond. So he probably just got hurt, and it was probably a lot of
Yeah.
like self stunts.
Right.
That's a bad way to say that, but he probably did his own stunts in certain areas, and it was just really tasking on him. So.
Well, he got hit in the nuts on the first one.
Oh, dude, that very first Casino Royale, they're like, okay, I'm going to have you sit naked and we're just going to bang your nuts for 4 hours during this
Yes.
scene. Can you imagine that, like, that actor that's supposed to be doing it misses and actually hits him? And, like, that's a bad day.
I would
That's
be
a
like, I will
bad
sit
day.
here like that, but
Yep.
every time that thing touches me, I get $5,000.
So, well, Daniel Craig says, I'd rather slash my wrist than do another Bond movie, is what he said. And then he ended up doing another one after that.
the
damn.
money was right.
The money was right. Let's see. We've got Brad Pitt. He was miserable starring an Interview with a Vampire because he spent 6 months in the dark. He said it actually broke him. He called his producer and asked how much it would cost to get him out of the movie.
Damn.
He's probably just getting really
It's
depressed.
too dark. I can't do it. It's too dark. Let's see. Saving Private Ryan in preparation for the shoot. It was miserable. Film. Who was it? This doesn't say who this actor was. Oh, Edward Burns. I don't know if I remember him. Do you remember him? Edward Burns?
I've never seen the movie.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. To prepare for the film, they were put in an intense boot camp to simulate troops, what they've actually done. And he said it was one of the worst experiences of his life. So he almost didn't do it. Let's see. Next up is Mike. No, not Mike Mitchell. Who is this actor, Ash? Remember his name?
Oh, it's that one guy.
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen,
Yeah. Is that how you say it?
the bad guy from Casino Royale who hit James
No.
Bond in the
Oh,
nuts.
no. David Cross. David Cross. Sorry. So David Cross, he was contractually obligated to appear in all 3 Alvin and the Chipmunks film. He said he was not happy about it. He called the third film, Alvin the Chipwrecked, literally without question the most unpleasant experience I've ever had in my professional life. It's safe to say I won't be working with some of those people ever again. Not the actors and the director. It was not great. Let's see. He says, we got along. There was a couple people, though. It was just really awful experience. He's like one of those people that, like, I see him on a lot of different, like, either the roasts or, like, comedy shows. Amanda, I can you
I
see
know
him
who
from
he is.
there?
She knows who he is.
Oh, okay.
He's Tobias Funke
Oh, okay.
from Arrested Development.
Ash talked about this earlier in this segment, but Meryl Streep said she hated doing Devil Wears Prada because she tried method acting for the entire role. So if you remember her character, she's a dick, right?
Yeah.
And so she method acted that entire time. And she says the worst part is she would be method acting and she would be in her trailer by herself and she could hear all of them rocking and laughing and having a great time. But she was supposed to be mean. So she just sat in her trailer the entire time. And she said it made me extremely depressed. And it was the last time I will ever method act.
I understand that. She doesn't strike me as somebody who is kind of depressing in real life.
They would like
I feel
push
like-
away from everybody. She'd be like part of the crowd.
I feel like she's somebody who kind of
Yeah.
tries to stay positive and like keep it light. And so I can understand how that would be tough.
Yeah. Like if you make that decision, I get it. But yeah, that would really suck. You'd miss out on so many experiences just being that person. Shailene Woodley. First acting role was Amy on The Secret Life of American
God, that
Teenager.
show is so bad.
She says the show ended after 5 seasons and Woodley revealed she was happy to be free from her contract. She said while she was grateful for the years on the show, towards the end, morally, the things they were preaching on the show didn't really align with her own integrity.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah.
That show's like, it's so off. It's all about like teenage pregnancy and
Yeah.
like all of these teenagers who are like cheating on each other and like going to do like, yeah, it was like, what? This is on like ABC Family or something. And I'm like, this is awful.
Yeah, she says it was a bit hard showing up to work every day knowing that we were going to project all of these themes to thousands and millions of young adults. So she definitely disagreed with the show. Apparently Blake Lively had similar trouble playing in Gossip Girl. She called playing Serena personally compromising, expressing concern about the message her character sent out to people. So
yeah, that doesn't. I did watch Gossip Girl.
What was her?
I didn't watch all of it.
What was her character like? What was the situation?
They're all like rich girls, right?
Oh, okay.
And so they just kind of like get away with things, and I don't know. I mean, there's lots of seasons, so.
But she's like she didn't want to be that person.
Yeah. They don't really take the moral high ground on that show.
Amanda, do you know iCarly or Sam and Cat?
Oh, God.
Okay. I know of the show iCarly.
Okay.
And I think Sam and Cat was just like another like Nickelodeon
It was like the spinoff
show.
with Ariana Grande and
Are you
Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah, are you good talking about her?
Yeah, Jeanette McCurdy. She said ended up quitting acting after playing Sam for 8 years on iCarly and Sam and Cat.
Is it because of Ariana Grande's grinding voice?
I don't want to know. Hey, why are we gonna do this anymore? I don't want a milkshake. She said she was ashamed of the role she took as a teenager, most likely speaking about Sam. I felt like it was the most cheesy, embarrassing. She says, I did the show that I was on for 13 to 21 and supposed to be 15. I was already embarrassed. That's all she says. She just hated the show so much she quit acting. So
I mean,
yeah.
she wrote a book.
Yeah.
And basically like her mom forced her to do all this shit, but like that was also the time like the Quiet on the Set, the documentary about the issues that the kids had. She was right in that stuff. And so honestly, like from some of the allegations, I can get it.
Dude, she did the show from 13 to 21. That's insane.
Yeah, too long.
Miley Cyrus also had trouble playing the role as she felt too juvenile for her older teenager. When she turned 18, Cyrus began to feel ridiculous playing Miley Hannah Montana saying, the minute I had sex, I was kind of like, yeah, I can't put the fucking wig on again. It got weird. It just felt like I was all grown up. She's also spoken about the struggle of working with an actor when she was a younger teenager instead of doing what other 13-year-olds would normally do. So
Yeah.
I get that. I've heard a lot of like the young teenagers feeling like their life like was gone, or kids,
They
right?
didn't get to be kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But to be fair, without that show, she probably would never kickstarted her career the way she did.
Yeah. This next one makes me really sad. Rowan Atkinson captured audiences' hearts for years as Mr. Bean in the TV series, but it turns out he did not enjoy the role. He called it stressful and exhausting, stating that there was way too much responsibility on his shoulders, and he said he looked forward to the end of it.
It's mostly just him, the whole show.
That's
Yeah.
basically what he said.
Did
is
you
like, it
realize
was all me.
that it's
Yeah.
only one season.
The whole Bean?
It's one season.
And then they did a spinoff movie because of one season?
Yeah, one season.
Dude,
well,
that's
imagine
insane.
playing a character so well
Uh-huh.
that most people don't even know what your name is.
Yeah,
They
you're
know
just-
the name
you're
of
just
your
Mr.
Just
character.
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
It was only 15 episodes in that one
Dude,
season.
but I remember every episode and they're all funny as shit. But there's a lot of physical comedy he does in that.
Yeah.
And I imagine that was not that fun to do in certain areas.
I imagine it would be fun to do like once.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you
But-
couldn't
yeah.
get something you'd over and over and over
Like a
again, you'd be
short.
like,
Oh my
I can't
God.
pratfall 50 times. Like,
He's got like this one, he's like changing on the beach, right? And he's like changing in front of this guy and he's trying to hide himself the entire time. And at the end of the skit, after he's exhausted himself changing his clothes, the guy's just blind. Like,
oh, yes.
right? And he's just like, oh, come on.
Or like the one where he has to like change his clothes and get ready for work in his car.
in his car.
In his tiny little car.
Yes. So, but I just have to say thank you, Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson for playing Mr. Bean. Jeremy Renner's first lengthy appearance as Hawkeye was in the film The Avengers. He ended up being unhappy with the role, saying that it wasn't what he signed up for because all he spent was the entire film being mind controlled as a servant by Loki.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he was like, that sucked. He's like, I wasn't a hero. I was just a shitty bad guy.
Yeah, I always
Technically,
felt that too about that movie.
Yeah.
technically wasn't his first role as Hawkeye in Thor.
It wasn't Thor because he was watching The Hammer. And he just says, hey, I've got Thor in my sight. Do you want me to shoot? And Agent Coulson says no. And that's it. That's the only,
They don't refer
Like-
to him as Hawkeye?
maybe in the credits. Yeah, maybe in the
Hmm.
credits. He said, I was having such a bad time that I would go around pretending that my character was having a heart attack. And I'd suggest to the producers that I could be killed off. Jessica Alba. She had such a bad experience portraying Sue in Fantastic Four, in particular while filming her character's death scene in the sequel. Listen to this. This is crazy. She says, I almost gave up acting. The director was like, it looks too real and it looks too painful when you're crying. Can you please be more pretty? He says, don't do the thing with your face. Just make it flat and we'll put tears in the CGI. And she's like, what? I'm supposed to be an actor. And he's like, you're too ugly while you cry. So fucking stop that.
Cry prettier.
She said the
Wow.
experience made her question her instincts and feel like she wasn't good enough and that no one wanted her to be a real person.
I don't blame her for feeling that way. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, right? I know. Dude, when you hear some of this stuff on set, like some of these actors are like,
Yeah.
this sucked. Okay, you guys talked about Ian McKellen, right? Or yeah.
McKellen?
No, or no, maybe it wasn't that. What was it? I don't remember. Idris Elba, okay? He was not happy when he returned to play Heimdall in Thor: The Dark World. Elba called his experience going straight into Thor: The Dark World reshoots from Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. He described his thoughts during a green screen scene. He said, in between takes, I was stuck there with fake hair stuck onto my head with glue while they reset. And I'm thinking 24 hours ago, I was fucking Mandela. Now I'm putting on this stupid ass wig. He literally walked in the man's boots. I was there, and now I'm in a stupid harness with this wig, a sword, and these contact lenses. So he's like, just like talk about juxtaposition, right? He's playing Nelson Mandela as an actual figure, and then it's like, okay, now be costume man.
Yeah.
Like,
Be Sword Bridge Man.
yeah, sword bridge man. Oh, that's funny. We kind of know the story about the Justice League. Ben Affleck said shooting Justice League was awful. One of the worst experiences. He blamed it on the, he had his own shit going on in his own life. His divorce, was way too much for him. He had competing agendas. And then also this is when Zack Snyder's daughter passed away.
Yeah.
During the filming of this. So then they had all the reshoots. And he did make a decision. Zack Snyder made a decision to step away from the film, but Ben Affleck says that it was awful. It was everything that I didn't like about this. It became the moment where I said, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not even about the Justice League. Oh, wait, it's not even about like, what? He just said the Justice League was so bad because it could have been anything. Affleck would then drop out of directing and starring in the Batman after Justice League. So... I mean, I get it. Jennifer Lawrence says she loved the X-Men movies, but she loves the X-Men movies she appeared in, but absolutely hated the body paint that she had to get into. Absolutely. She hated the body paint she had to get in with Mystique. We knew that, right? Because so did Rebecca Romaine Stamos. She hated the costume stuff too.
Honestly,
with Mystique.
I personally feel like if you are an actor that has to spend hours even before you can like go show up to do your job, getting all the makeup and like prosthetics and stuff, I'd be over it too.
Like the Grinch, like didn't Jim Carrey?
That's the next one on the list. That's the next one on the list. Jim Carrey also had a lot of difficulty with one film because of his makeup and costume. The experience of how the Grinch Stole Christmas said the process was being made into the Grinch was like being buried alive every day. Makeup on the first day took 8.5 hours.
Wow.
I went back to my trailer. I would put my leg through a wall. And he said on the Graham Norton show, I have told Ron Howard that I couldn't do the movie. The film then hired someone who trained CIA operatives on how to endure torture to better prepare Carrey for the makeup each day. So appearing in the film was literal torture for him.
That's crazy because 8.5 hours of makeup.
Yeah. And then you
have to go act.
Then you have to go act.
Yeah.
But Jim Carrey was, I mean, nobody could play that role better, right?
No.
I mean, that's incredible.
I feel like I'd want to just be like, put me to sleep.
Yep.
Do my makeup.
Fully.
And wake me up.
And then because they don't want to just rip it off at the end of the day, it probably takes at least an hour to take it all off.
Yep. Oh God. Yeah. So it's probably an 18-hour, 20-hour day.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like Elba earlier on the list, Sarah Paulson also had trouble going from the more fulfilling role as Marcia Clark on The People vs. O.J. Simpson to a less fulfilling role as Audrey on American Horror Story. She said she didn't care about the season at all and wish she hadn't done it. Was she in prosthetics or goofy costume in American Horror Story?
It depends what season.
Yeah, this one says it just Roanoke.
Roanoke.
Yeah, what was that one?
She was a normal person. She
was. Oh, interesting. Okay.
I feel like she's a normal person in most of those seasons.
I think the only one that she wasn't, she played kind of like I think she was like a drug addict or something on the hotel one.
Okay.
And I think she was the two-headed lady on the
Yep, see, I remember that one, but I thought that would have been more intense, but it's probably all...
No, she just has to do her scenes twice.
Yeah.
I haven't watched some of the newer seasons, so I don't really know like if there's more.
Yeah,
but
I probably need to look her up to see what she would have hated on that. The last one on this list is that almost the entire cast of Glee hated the show. Hated doing the show. They reported that they were unhappy with the show. Diana Argon, Was that like one of the main actresses?
She was the blonde cheerleader.
Okay. She negotiated after the character's exit after having wanted off of the show for a while. Show representatives said that it was untrue, but there have been numerous instances where cast members have been less than ideal experience with Jenna Ushkowitz and Kevin McHale. Revealed that some of the cast really hated being on the show, though they denied that they hated it and wouldn't name names. Interesting. This sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook. Like that people actually hated it and they were trying to
Sounds like they all just didn't get along.
yeah, that could have been
I mean,
it
that's
too.
a big cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and they're all what? Late teens, early 20s?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, of course they're not going to get along.
In season 5, which was extremely difficult to film, Amber Riley posted a TikTok showing a clip of herself on the show and suggesting she was doing the role just as a job. She also said that it was not the most comfortable environment as far as working with Leah Michelle. This sounds like they all hated each other
Yeah.
for sure.
It's crazy. Two of their cast members are passed.
They
now.
passed away, right?
Yeah.
Well, technically 3,
Oh, geez. Okay.
Who else?
because it was the Corey Monteith,
Corey Monteith,
whatever,
and
Yeah.
and then the girl who drowned,
yeah,
and then
Rivera or
the-
something.
the shaved head guy in like the early seasons. He was like the bad guy.
Oh, like the
he-
beefy guy.
Yeah. He went to jail for I believe
I think I know who you're
either
talking about.
child pornography or something like that. But
Yeah.
then he
What was his name? What was his name?
Oh, did he like commit suicide in jail?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
see.
know if it was
Okay.
in jail or not, but I know he
Okay. It's crazy, dude.
made
I
that
mean,
choice.
some of those shows are
Oh, Mark
cursed, right?
Saling.
Yeah,
Mark
I think
Sally?
so.
Yeah,
Who is he?
this guy.
Oh yeah, I remember when that. Yeah, I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
Like I remember the news talking about
yeah. Crazy.
that. So anyway, that's at least 26. I bet I can find a lot more after that too. But that's roles that people freaking hated doing. Which
Yeah. I don't blame most of them.
yeah, most of
Yeah.
them seem pretty fair. They seem pretty fair.
Yeah.
Amanda,
Yes.
are you leading us out today with quotes from a cynic?
Yes.
Okay.
What if she said no?
I have a real good one for everyone today.
Ooh.
There will never be the perfect time. Make that terrible decision now. You deserve it.
Thanks for that.
I like that.
You're welcome.
one. I like that one.
I needed that in my life.
welcome.
Make that. Amanda, where can people say whatsy doody howdy booty to us?
Don't say that.
Come
So in the episode descriptions, we have a bunch of links to our socials, and then on Instagram, we real awkward at Instagram. Jesus, Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast is links to all of our socials. Go check us out over there.
God, and we miss y'all. It's been too long. We'll see you on the next episode of the Real Awkward Podcast.
Bye bye.
Bye.